Nasima Nastoh's son Hamed took his own life because of incessant bullying by his school peers. In 2000, he wrote a lengthy suicide note before he jumped off the Patala Bridge into the Fraser River. Nasima's heartache will always be there, along with her fierce determination to stop bullying. Today is Pink Shirt Day, a day to stand up and speak out against bullying, and it is my pleasure to welcome Nasima Nastoh to Studio 4 to do just that.
Thank you.
How brave you are.
It's very difficult, losing a child. Hamid was very intelligent and he did very well in school. And the other thing is that I didn't know about it, that he was bullied. And after his suicide, I did a lot of research and I found out that victims of bullying, they don't talk to their parents about bullying because they are afraid that parents will make a big deal of it and they are afraid of retaliations.
Absolutely. Take me back to the day I know you will never forget.
March 11, 2000, it was a Saturday. Hamid took his life by jumping off the Patala Bridge. The 5-page suicide note that he left in his bedroom before jumping off the bridge detailed the unbearable harassments at school.
How did you find out?
I found out through the police. I found out through my son that Hamid is not in his room because me and my husband were visiting a friend. And then he called my husband, so my husband went home and he left me in my friend's house. And they didn't tell me that he thought that he went to his friend's house. It wasn't like him. And his shoes were missing. So finally, they found the suicide note and they called the police. Still, I didn't know about it, that Ahmed is missing. And they were looking for Ahmed's picture and they called me. And this was the point that I found out that Ahmed is missing. And around 1 o'clock, they found Ahmed's body from Fraser River. 1 o'clock in the a.m., yeah.
And as you know so well, no parent can imagine it.
As I said, it's not easy to lose a child. As time passes, emotions heals not broken hearts. There's always a hole in my heart. Part of my body is missing.
Yes, I totally get that, totally. Kareem, your husband.
Yes.
How did you react differently? How tough was it?
It was
I know
very
it was tough for
difficult.
both of you, but were you able to share your grief and your pain?
I was
in the beginning.
At the beginning, because when I heard that it was bullying involved, when media contacted me, I made it public because I wanted to save another children's, because awareness is the best weapon against any issues. And because most parents, they hide suicides because of stigmatization or something. But my husband wasn't able to talk about it, so he got very depressed, very depressed. My oldest son was unable to talk about it. He is 1 year older than Hamid.
Is that Abdullah?
Abdullah, he went to the same school. But David, my youngest son, and myself, we got help. We went to see a psychologist and we talked about it. And it was easier for us to talk and deal with it. My husband is still depressed, very depressed.
I'm sure. And I know you have a degree in psychology.
Yeah.
And somehow you'd think that would help. I bet it didn't.
It didn't, no. It didn't help me at all.
Do you remember how long it took you to have what you might consider a normal day or an okay day? If not a normal day, an okay day.
It took me 5 years. 5 years.
And going through the emotional gamut, anger, guilt, fear.
Yes, guilt is still there for me. I still feel guilty. Why I didn't notice that. Ahmed always was a happy child, and he did so well in school. One of the symptoms of bullying is that the child refused to go to school, but Ahmed didn't. He wanted to go to school.
What did he say in his note about what was happening to him?
In his note, he said, I'm going to read a few. Says, Mom and Dad, first thing is, I love you, Mom and Dad, but you didn't understand why I had to commit suicide. There was so much going on, and I tried to cope with it, but I couldn't take it anymore. School is the main reason. It was horrible. Every day, I was teased and teased. Everyone calling me gay, fag, queer, and I would always act like it didn't bug me and ignore them, but I was crying inside. It hurt me so bad because I wasn't gay, and they kept on saying I was. And I would pray to God every night for everyone to stop saying that. Sure, I had a lot of friends, but they weren't real friends. My own friends thought I was gay. Sure, they could deny it, but they know that I am right. So it's a lengthy letter, but I'm gonna read some of them, and some part of it for you. When you tell my teacher that I killed myself, I want you to tell her the reason too, that because everyone at school called me gay and teased me, and I want all those people to know it's their fault. Even if they never said it to my face, they said it. They can't deny it, but deep down inside, they know who they are. And when people said it, my own friends never backed me up. They just laughed. And this is very important. I know you're going to miss me. I know you're going to miss me and that you will never forget me, but you would never understand. You weren't living my life. I wasn't as happy as I looked. I hate myself for doing this to you. I really, really hate myself. But there was no other way out for me. I know I left my room messy. You can clean it if you want, but please don't sell anything or throw anything away. Even though I will be dead, I still want this room. It has to be my room. God, this was a long note. I will wrap it up. I love you, Mom and Dad. Please, please tell the people at school why I did this. I don't want somebody else to have to do what I did. This was a message to show what name-calling and teasing can do. Sure, I could have taken a gun and shot everyone in the head like all those school shootings, but what would the point be? Then that would have made me a bad person. Oh yeah, David, you were and will always be my best friend. I won't forget you, you better not forget me. But whenever you miss me, Dave, just come and sleep in my room. And one more time, I have to mention this. Please make people stop name calling and teasing other people because it really hurts. That's just my only wish, and I hope people will listen to me. Please visit my grave often so I'm not lonely. This was Hamid's last wish. That's why I created the Hamid Nastoh's Anti-Bullying Coalition to save other kids.
Yes, and he would be, well, so happy about that and proud of you for sure, and David and Abdullah and Kareem. What response did you get from his friends? When they found out, did they come to the house? Were there friends who said, we're so sorry?
The next morning, which was Monday, actually I did took Hamid's picture and I said, I'm driving Hamid to school. It's a normal school day, so as soon as my husband was trying to prevent me not to go, but I went there. As soon as I walked, there were students crying in the hallway, lots of them. And it was, everybody came back to me with me at home, and they brought flowers and they were crying. I received a letter from the boy who bullied them very badly and saying sorry, but I didn't press any charges or doing anything about. I didn't think that it's a quick fixation. I wanted long-term fixation.
Sure, I understand.
Because
and the compassion of you, and although you must have been deeply angry, and I would understand that.
I was.
But to be able to pull that back and give.
Yeah, at that time I was concentrating about how I was in denial, how he died, why. Because some children, they don't know what they are doing is wrong.
And did the school principal call and all the authorities come to you and
Actually,
everything
they
that
came,
you
yeah.
expected to happen happened?
Yes, they came, school trustees came, victim services. I did receive a lot of support. But Hamid's school, it was Hamid's wish that I go to his school and read this letter. But Hamid's school didn't allow me to do that.
Yes.
Although other schools invited me, but they didn't. But after a year of suicide, because it was so much media talking about it, and I went to other schools, I received invitations from out of province schools. So then they let me read it in the evening, not during the school day.
Who helped you the most? What meant the most to you after Hamed committed suicide? Was there one person or a group of people, his friends, your family, his brothers?
Actually, his friends and my friends and very immediate family, like my brother and my other sons. It's not easy. I cannot explain the pain that I went through. It's not easy. The words can't say it.
Right, and so many people, as you know, who are your close friends or perhaps your close friends, have no idea what to do. They're so sad, and many people just don't know how to help, because as you suggested earlier, it's a very difficult thing to talk about, to mention. Like when someone sees you today and they know you're doing this and you're running an anti-bullying campaign, is it difficult for them to talk about Hamed or what you've been through?
It is difficult, but some people, especially in the culture, because I'm from a different culture, they didn't know what to say, and some of them said, it's my fault because Hamed took his life.
Oh, because of you didn't know?
Yes.
And you somehow did something?
No, they said, because how come I didn't know that he was depressed? Suicide is not good, you know, in any culture, and people hide it, because I know about so many families that their kids took their lives, but they said it's natural causes.
Yes, and you know it has nothing to do with you.
I know, yeah, it's...
I know, easier said than believed sometimes, yes. Let's take a break. Nasima Nastoh, and we'll come back and talk more.